Welcome, Jim Everett, to the Purdue Boilermakers on Sports Report Radio. Jim, welcome to the show today.
Kyle, thanks for having me. You call me up. It's you want to speak Boilers? Man, I'm at your mercy right now. Let's go,
Jim. What's it like? I mean, let's face it. Purdue is a national school. What's it like for you to, wear that mantle as a Purdue Boilermaker the rest of your life?
Well, I think Purdue's special. I mean, it's known for a lot of different things, but you think about Purdue University. It's Mitch runs a good show over there, and it's we were talking about a little bit earlier about it's a real show. I mean, they've done a great job on their campus. They've kept costs down. It's a good place. It's a good place for students. But Kyle, what I'll say is, a lot of people think of Purdue as a place of astronauts and a place for quarterbacks, and being that, Drew Brees is from there, Lenny Dawson, Bob Greasy, myself, Mark Herman, just a bunch of guys, Mike Phipps, Gary Danielson. The heritage there is just, phenomenal. And, of course, first man walking on the moon, the whole deal. So there's a lot of good things about Purdue, and I'm just glad to see that it's still real.
Yeah, it's, as we were talking off the air a little bit, I mean, Purdue has just been so good to us. I mean, we cover 50 different colleges and pro teams, but whenever I get a chance to talk to Purdue athletes like yourself and star players and just everybody you talk to at Purdue, and I'm not saying that, everybody's good, but Purdue's just a little bit special to us. So the cool thing is talking to legends like you. But Jim, what's it like for you? I mean, what do you tell young kids? I know you gave a little bit of advice about different things, but if somebody calls you, what do you tell them what they're going to get at Purdue and, playing, football, basketball, any kind of sports there? What's your advice to, parents and kids going to Purdue?
Oh gosh, Kyle, I've sent many kids from California out here to Purdue, not for sports even as much, but for engineering, for a family-based type education, a place where you can go and grow and learn and mature and maybe make mistakes, but still be part of the family as everyone does. But no, it goes back, Kyle. I think that you look at the sports section, I just think it's an overall. You talk about student athlete. Look at the student part, and that's what I really, really like about Purdue is the education part of it is phenomenal. I think that you see the well-roundedness of people when someone has a Purdue degree. You look at say, hey, they're pretty well-rounded, they're pretty grounded, they're pretty real, and that's what I see at Purdue. That's what I felt at Purdue when I went on my recruiting visit. The difference between maybe like a Stanford or a Texas or something like that. It just felt like you were part of a family, and that's what I tell. And it's the same thing I've said to these kids that I've sent to school there, that are still going there or graduating, and they come back and they're very thankful that they got that education and they got that well-roundedness, and that's what you get at Purdue.
So true. Hey, Jim, what are some of your favorite memories on the field playing at Purdue? I mean, I read somewhere that in one season you beat Michigan, Ohio State, and Notre Dame. Only player to ever do that, a quarterback at Purdue. I mean, that's an accomplishment. Is that something, that magical season, that reminds you, or is there something else that kind of jumps out as a big memory?
Well, that for sure is. I mean, we go back and in that, and that's an attribute to all my teammates too. I mean, we were at the time. There was a time my junior year we're talking about that. We're playing the number 2 ranked Notre Dame at the time at the brand new Hoosier Dome, which is, of course, is knocked down now. That's how old we are.
Yes, but, yes, I remember. I remember that game. So yes, I know. So I remember those times. Yes.
Okay, we're old.
Yes.
Just don't call me Boomer. Anyway, well. So the thing is that we're in the stadium at the brand new introduction game of the Hoosier Dome, and playing a number 2 ranked Notre Dame team. And basically, I know that I got to get my job done, or I got 2 blue chip All-American quarterbacks right behind me. So, needless to say, after that game went down, we won 23-21. And at that point, I solidified my role as the starting, Purdue quarterback for the next few years. And that season went on pretty magical. That beating Bo Schembechler's Michigan team, You know, beating Ohio State. They were trying to blitz us so much, but we had, you know, our coaching staff, Bob Spoo, did a fantastic job, and it was cool because, you know, teams didn't really know what we were bringing, but we just threw the heck out of the ball. I think we led the nation, or top one or two in the nation in passing, all those things. But that's an attribute to guys like Mark Jackson, played for the Denver Broncos, who were one of my receivers, Steve Griffin, Rodney Carter, all these different guys that ended up playing pros, who were good players that were at Purdue.
Yeah, I mean,
Rod Woodson, to name a name. I mean, Rod, that was his, you know, his first year, you know, and he comes on and ends up, you know, in the Hall of Fame in the NFL. So there are some good players, and like guys like Drew Brees going through the league. I mean, he's the NFL's number one quarterback in the league. I know you got Brady, you got Manning, but you have to put Drew Brees' name in all that.
Sure. Well, and Jim, let's face it. I mean, he came to Purdue, quarterbacks. I mean, let's face it. I mean, that's probably one of the things he saw, and you know, all the quarterbacks that you mentioned, you know, that got him there. But
well,
Jim,
and then let me go to this real quick, Kyle, and that's where Brom fits in. And that's the thing about it is, you know, I had discussions year after year about what are we doing at Purdue, you know, because we're known for, you know, being innovative. We're known for doing all these different things in the field of space, in the field of engineering, but we need to be at that football, and that's when they brought Brom in, and I was so happy because he really does understand how to manipulate a defense.
Yep.
And get the most out of, you know, the players, and be able to recruit in the state of Indiana.
Yep.
And bring quality stuff to the field, innovative stuff that Purdue is known for. And so I think that marriage right there is just perfect.
Yeah, so true. I mean, so Jim, we know you played in the NFL for a long time. Let's tell our Purdue fans, what are you up to these days, and what have you been up to the last few years, and what's going on in your life?
Well, Kyle, thanks for asking. I had an asset management business after I played. After I went back to Pepperdine and got my master's degree, started my own business and ran it for years. I have since retired. I've got a few little health issues when it comes to, you know, moving around. So, you know, maybe call an early retirement. I'm 57, but, you know, probably not moving around like I did years ago. But by golly, just having a good time. I've got my youngest daughter. She's finishing up high school. I got 2 kids that are married, older, that just keep us busy, and you know, just enjoying life. You know, I don't think I'm really enjoying all this social distancing.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Very, very tough.
And
I agree with you. Yes.
I really can't wait till we find a cure to this, and which we do need, and I'm an advocate for. And you know, but currently, you know, I don't know if you know, I live out here where the Los Angeles Rams have moved back, and I kind of been a little bit of what we call a Rambassador for the city of Los Angeles with the team, and now they've got a brand new $5 billion stadium and the uniforms and all the different things that are going on. So there's a lot of things to keep us busy out here, and it's really a fun time.
Jim, I appreciate you taking some time. We could talk a long time, but I like to keep these short and let people come back for more. And I'm hoping we can do some more with you, you know, later on down the road and find out some other things. But Jim, you've just been an awesome guest. Appreciate Purdue legend talking to me. Thank you so much for taking your time to talk to me today on Sports Report Radio.
Thanks, Kyle, for having me. Enjoyed it.